The Grand Exchange, one of my favorite things in this game. And if you think about it, it's actually insane we have something like the Grand Exchange in RuneScape. Like, we have a literal economy in a video game. But at the moment, it's broken, bro. Let's talk about it. Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Chevelwick here, and today we're going to be talking about how broken the Grand Exchange is, because at the moment, it's just not functioning, at least not in my opinion. Of course, we've had issues with the Grand Exchange before, but we'll get into it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have had any issues, and if you agree with what I'm going to be talking about in this video, because I'm generally quite curious about how you guys look at this, because this has been an issue for such a long time. It's an issue in old school RuneScape as well, but it is very, very apparent on RuneScape 3 at the moment, especially with how volatile the market is. Before we get into that, I'm not going to be talking about the market. Nuzz made an amazing video on why the market is so volatile at the moment, so go check it out. I'll put it in the description down below. This video is just going to be focused on why the Grand Exchange is broken, and also about huge big items that go over max cash tag, and that there needs to be a fix for that as well. So, you know what, without further ado, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Let's get into it. So, what is broken about the Grand Exchange? Well, the prices. So obviously it's common knowledge that the prices in the Grand Exchange are not very accurate. Like, especially when a new boss comes out. So for example, when the Arc Laser came out, the water talismans were sitting at around 4,000 GP each, and obviously right now I'm pretty sure they sit around 400 GP each. I'm not too certain, but just that as an example. It took such a long time to show that the GE, and I understand that when a new boss comes out, the GE doesn't have enough time to actually update the actual price, and I don't even know if the GE does that like on its own, or that it needs to be done manually, but I couldn't really find anything on the internet about it. So if you know about that, please let me know, because I'm actually quite curious if that's a thing, because if it's a manual thing, oh boy. But yeah, like, I understand that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand that a system, however well built, cannot keep up with something like a new boss release that just brings so many items in the game that it's just difficult to keep up. But even now, like, I'm buying certain items for example, I was buying the butterfly net, and if you want to buy a gourmet implink, they're selling for 100k each. And, you know, the Grand Exchange value says that it's around 20k, and you know, I've bought a couple, and I asked a couple of friends to buy some, and they're all selling at 100k each. So someone is merching gourmet implinks, like gourmet implinks best money in the game, question mark. But like, that's so confusing to me. But can you just imagine how confusing it is to a new player? Obviously, my channel is kind of about like helping new players and helping less experienced players get into RuneScape, because I think it's very important, and I think it's something that RuneScape needs to focus more on. But we did a video on that, so go check that out. That's not this video, but even for someone who's been playing the game for 15, 16 years right now, like, I have no idea what certain prices are like. And I understand, as I said, that, you know, certain prices of certain items need to be updated. Like, it takes a bit of time to be updated because of a new boss or a new update or whatever. But, you know, items that have been in the game for a very long time, like, dude, gourmet implinks, like, why are they selling for 100k? Well, because there's not enough, you know, demand for it, and there's not enough people probably catching it, and you only need it for like 4 unlocks or whatever, maybe at Puro, if anything. Like, you definitely need for the butterfly net, which you need for Croesus, and that's, I think, the main reason for it. But why can't the Grand Exchange not show an actively traded price, or, you know, have the guide price in the middle and then have an actively traded price just underneath, like, the name or something, like how RuneLite has that, if you've ever seen that, of course. Because for me, like, I have enough cash to just overbid, and I don't mind paying 100k for a gourmet impling, but I understand that someone who's a bit more, you know, careful with spending their money, they're just like, oh, I'm going to put it in for 30k, and then it will just never buy. It will take a very long time to buy. And I think it just needs to be more straightforward. That's the problem. Like, I'm not complaining about the prices being 100k or people making a lot of money off a certain niche item. Like, that is not the problem in my issue. The problem is that I look at the Grand Exchange and I see a price, and that is just not the price. Like, sometimes it's not even close, like with the gourmet impling, like it's literally 4 times the price. And sometimes you literally need to go 20% over or 20% under. Like, don't get me wrong, it goes both ways. And I think a better updated price guide would also really help protect, especially less rich players against merchers. Because I think you can flip very, very... Like, I've done some flipping on old school, and I've not really done flipping on RS3. But RS3 flipping, I think, is even more easy to do just because of how broken the Grand Exchange is. And it probably has something to do with the absolute truckload of items that are in this game. I don't know, but that's what I think. Like, I understand that the system built in, I think, 2008, and has barely seen any updates over the last few years. Maybe behind the scenes, but not major overhauls. Struggles with the amount of items and updating all price actively. So, do we need a Grand Exchange rework? Question mark. Actually, if let's say what I just said is actually true, right? About the Grand Exchange not being able to handle everything just because it's built in 2008 or 2009. I think it was added in 2008. Then I understand it. Like, I understand that the system gets outdated. Dude, we're in 2022. It's been 14 years. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. 14 years since it's been released, dude. So I definitely understand that, like, the system is outdated and it needs an overhaul, and it's probably engine update and blah 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 blah. But maybe an overhaul for the Grand Exchange is actually good, because we need another thing at the Grand Exchange, especially to help with mergers. So let's say we can fix the prices of items, right? And what I mean with fix the price, that they're as accurate as they can be. Like, for example, if an item is 1k, if it's showing for 995 instead of 1k, like, that is not a big issue. That's a 5 coin margin. But, an item showing for 20k, but it's selling for 100k, that's too big. Like, that needs to be sorted. And that's maybe where a actively traded one, or like the last traded price, can come in, if the Grand Exchange can even track that. Because that way you have a idea what the guide price is for the Grand Exchange and what the last traded price is, so you can go somewhere in between. And maybe that will help merchants. I actually don't know. I'm not too big into merchant myself, but just make it more clear for people. But another thing we definitely need is, even if it's just one trade box in our Grand Exchange, like the bottom right hand corner that's now lens and whatever, which is very, very just... Why is it there? Like, generally, I don't even know what it does. Like, why is it there? Make that a, like, platinum box or something that is only used for items that go over max cash, like blood dice. Because right now, you need to actually go into the price check Discord, in the Sulibot Discord, to check items that are above max cash. You even need to price check regular items right now, because the Grand Exchange guide price is just not accurate. And, you can get scammed very easily, because there are people that put them in for a higher price, which, you buy them for, because you don't know that it's actually 100 mil cheaper, and you could just put it in there and just wait a little bit. Especially with higher items, I definitely recommend price checking it in Discord. Also goes the other way. When you're selling items, you can put something in for 500 mil, it will probably sell, but, you rather sell that item for 600 mil, don't you? But if you don't know about it, then yeah, same with dice. Like, I see tweets sometimes, because some people just have a offer in for a die for max cash, just in case someone is stupid enough to put in a blood or third age die for max cash tag, because they do not know that it sells for over max cash tag when it comes to player. I hope that when you get one of those items, you do a little bit of research on the price, because you should know that max cash tag is the highest amount that you can put into the Grand Exchange. But give us that platinum box that goes over max cash tag, and that we can actually use, because, I've done some player-to-player trading when I got my blood die, but it felt so sketchy, and I was so scared. And this isn't really like the need of, like, oh, we need something above max cash tag. It would be nice to have platinum tokens like you have in old school RuneScape, but we have Spirit Charge for it, and it's kind of iconic. Like, let us trade with Spirit Charge just in that box, for example. So let us get a box for items that are over max cash tag that you can only buy with Spirit Charge. That way, it is fair. The Spirit Charges are just there, and, everything is the exact same, but just more user-friendly. Because, dude, I had such a knot in my stomach when I was selling my blood type because I was so afraid I was getting scammed. The guy I traded to was absolutely lovely, amazing guy. Don't know, he's probably not watching this video, but if you happen to watch this video and you bought the blood type of me, you were great. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me some time to check with my friends if I actually got the right amount, etc. Like, it was good when I found out that the guy was just a nice person, but there are also awful persons in RuneScape that try to scam people and, you know, are just taking advantage of people that are actually stupid and don't know how, you know, trading big items work because it's their first time or whatever. So give us a platinum box and give us some better estimation of what the actual price is like, because it's just so confusing when you want to buy an item. Like, just give us like an actively traded price, or just make it so it actually updates actively. Like, give us something, please, because it is so confusing for a long time player, but just imagine how confusing it is for a new player, and it doesn't make it any more user friendly. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think on this subject. This is my opinion. Maybe you think I'm absolutely stupid. Maybe you think it's a good idea. Maybe you think we need to do something completely different. Just let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name's Chevalric, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Much love and goodbye.